Now, you might be asking yourself, as an event space owner, what do I do? What do I do? Like, what are the activities that I do every day? How do I make things happen? How do I make it go? How do I make it run? How do I make it operate? That's what this particular video is about. This particular video is about, oh, my computer's messing up. This particular video is about understanding what you should be doing during the downtime. I have a whole section of my course about this, about party days, what you should be doing before, and income generating activities. But I'm going to put it kind of in a nutshell in this particular video. And in this video, it's going to be talking about activities that you should focus on for smooth operations when the actual event is happening, but you have to prepare before that. Like, it's a lot of preparation and things that goes into that beforehand, right? If you don't know who I am Z from Build the Business You Love. I've owned 4 event spaces in the past, and I am now an event space startup coach, and I teach people how to start, operate, and manage their event spaces, as well as their service-based businesses. All right, so not just event spaces. I talk about stuff that people just don't talk about. I talk about things that real life stuff that people just don't think about, right? Or they kind of keep to their heart. They kind of, what's the word they're using now? Gatekeep. I'm getting old. Things that people are gatekeeping, okay? And they want you to pay thousands and trillions of dollars for. Okay, so this is the stuff that I'm talking about today. Let's get into it. I feel like my lighting is a little dark, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work today. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So, the daily activities that you should ensure that to ensure that your venue is going smoothly, ensure that you're maintaining relationships with customers, to ensure that vendors are good and understand what your process is, because vendors are a thing, right? And to ensure that just overall business management is going well, right? This is some key tasks that you could do like on a daily basis, just to make sure that things are kind of going smoothly. Things are kind of just you showing up every day, right? And like I always say, that event space business is not passive. You can make it semi-passive, but it's not passive. It's a very active business. If you have one, then you know. If you know, you know. There are automation systems, processes that you can put into place, but it is no way, shape, or form active by the definition of, no way, shape, or form passive by the definition of a passive business. So we're going to get into it. Let me get my computer ready. If you guys see me looking this way, that's why my notes are kind of wonky. So 1 second. Let me get it together. Okay, so some things that you should consider doing on a daily basis as an event space owner. You could venue inspections. Okay, even though you may have a guy or person helper, whoever, that is doing these after every event, and you may have walked through after every event, you're tired. You are tired after the event. Things are going on. You're talking to customers. You hoping and praying that the AC working good, that the AC didn't fail during the summertime, right? So things are going on in your head that may allow you to miss some things. So you want to make sure that you're doing a walkthrough, maybe once a week, of during the weekday, of what you have to clean. Maybe there's a hole in the wall that you missed that somebody did. Maybe they put push pins and they're not supposed to. Maybe there's some maintenance issues that you want to address, especially in the summertime. Make sure that your AC is working. You want to put that sucker on and make sure that it is working properly. You want to make sure you're changing those filters. You want to make sure that you're doing all the things that you need to do to make sure that it's working optimally. Okay, because the last thing you want to do is for your system to fail before an event. Oh my God. That is like, ooh, your heart starts pounding. Okay, so you want to make sure that those little things are taken care of beforehand. Client communication. Make sure that you check your emails. I can't tell you how many people or how many event space owners or just businesses in general, y'all, that you'll go to the Yelp. I don't like Yelp that much, but you'll go to the Yelp page, you'll go to the Google reviews, you'll go to the Bing reviews, and you'll see that the people don't answer the phone. You'll see that they don't return calls, they don't return messages. You'll see that when they opt into certain things and request a phone call, people don't call them. So you want to make sure that you get back to people. Make sure you're responding to emails, voicemails, messages, text messages, clients, bookings, inquiries, thanking them, right? Event details is being automated properly to your customers. And you want to make sure that these things are updated prior to their events, right? So making sure that these things are, the systems are working properly, your process is working properly, is important to ensure that you know that the day of goes smoothly. These little things matter, right? So when you're doing these things now, you're not doing them the day of the event. You're doing them as time is going, so you're not stressing yourself out and your levels are low. Your stress levels are low, right? You're doing these things ahead of time. Vendor coordination. This is a big one because a lot of times vendors, they like to come when they want to come. Your photo booth people, your planners, your balloon people, your cake people. Now, this is ultimately up to your customer, and I want you to leave it up to your customer to make sure that it's their responsibility that their vendors come when they are supposed to come. Not before, not after. They come in to pick up their stuff in time, okay? If you have a swing cake, a swing cake holder, which, by the way, if people are renting these things often, you need to buy them so you can rent them on your own and have, upsells for your own business. But if they have to come and pick that sucker up before the end of your event, then that's what they need to do. Okay, so it's up to you to ensure that all these things are in your contract. You are communicating with your client that they have to communicate with the vendor, right? Make sure that these things are clear. And if the vendor calls you, be nice. You can develop a great network and a great referral network, guys. And I think I did a video on that before with the vendors. Like, I refer you somebody, you bring me somebody, we bring in each other somebody, right? It should never be a one-way street. So you bringing me people, I'm bringing you people. But make sure that you're developing, networking, communicating. You have your preferred vendors if that's what you want to do. And you confirming that everything is in place, before the event, okay? Staff coordination, your helper. I just did a video on helpers and what that looks like. That their schedule is on point, that they're not coming before, after. I remember I had this guy, oh man, the helper, we had to tell him to come early so he could be there on time. It got to the point where, he was just like, oh, well, such and such said that their event started at this time, but you told me to come at this time. And it was like, well, because you always late. Eventually, I had to get rid of him, but yeah, make sure that your staff is coordinated and they're coming in time. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They understand their roles during the event, after the event, before the event, and their tasks is delegated. So there's no surprises, okay? Make sure that your financial coordinating, your financial management. Make sure that you're sending out your invoices. Well, everything should be automated, but if you have invoices to send out, make sure there's no issues there. You're tracking your expenses, okay, for tax purposes. You're tracking your metrics, your revenue, your profitability. Because sometimes people are getting money coming in, they're getting payments coming in, but they're not profitable because they're losing more money than is coming in. That's why your statements are important. Your profit and loss statements are important. Your financial statements are important. I'm going to do a part 2 of this because this video is getting long. So I'm going to do a part 2 of this one. And we're going to talk about some other stuff. Okay. I'm Z from Build a Business You Love. Make sure, guys, that you tap in, follow me, subscribe to my channel. And I have a course, as I mentioned. Be sure to check that out. And I have some freebies also. Be sure to check out my website. I'm going to put it below, buildabusinessyouLove.com. Letter U, not YOU, buildabusinessyouLove.com. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to do a part 2 because this video is kind of getting too long.